So make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications to be live with us. So you get the best numbers here and these picks in real time from our expert handicappers here on our show from Tony'sPicks.com. We get underway. Just a couple of things. Let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pay packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab to get signed up. Also, love to hear from you guys. So post your picks in the comments below. And our podcast, Tony's Picks Podcast, every pick in podcast form. I know a lot of you are driving at this hour. Make your drive home. Listen to our shows on our podcast on all major platforms. Just search Tony's Picks and visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the link to the hot cappers to get signed up for some of our long-term passes. You can see some of our hot cappers like the Morning Steam team. They've been on fire, come off a 7-0 day. Ramon has been red hot. Nick Collins as well has been putting up some great numbers. And Daniel, Paul as well. So get signed up to one of our long-term passes. You'll scroll here to the center of the page and you can see all the latest premium picks and of course our best bets. Each capper can release one best bet per sport per day. So you see multiple of them up there because a lot of the cappers will have handicap more than one sport. So as you can see here with Morning Steam with about a four with some best bets up there as well. And we'll see Nick up there with some best bet. Paul, Tiffany. I've got one up there. So there's Mindy, a couple of them. So check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com right now with the best bets and our premium picks. $15 premium pick. Each capper can designate one of their pick from their card as a $15 premium pick, just to introduce their service to new and existing customers. And many want to make a great impression. There's usually many best bets here at that $15 price tag. One from Ramon, the Steam team up there as well. VIP's up there with one. I've got one. So does Mindy. Get signed up, guys. And our 3-packs are a really good value there. So check those multiple packages up as well. And of course, we have a pick ticker here, which you can purchase picks a la carte right here on our site as well. So lots going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. And let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Join us today on the show will be Ramon, Scott, and Mindy Hahn. All right, let's get underway here with game day picks. Let's welcome in Mindy. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com, doing great work in the NHL and more. So let's get her in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Mindy. Mindy, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Tony. How about you?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight, 7 Eastern time. We got the Sabres here to host the Canucks. Looks like a minus 110 on both sides, a total 6.5.
Yeah, figured I'd stick with the ice here again. Canucks versus Sabres, both having a little rough start to the season, you may say. Canucks 4-9-3 with 3 losses now in a row. Sabres 7-8 on a 5-game losing streak themselves. So basically, I feel like this game's pretty crucial for both of these teams here. Canucks have had little defense, here this season, but offensively, they've played, pretty well. Canucks have been allowing 4.06 goals. Demko has really struggled with his .874 save percentage, but it looks like Spencer Martin, he may be in goal here tonight instead. And he's a little bit better. He has a .902 save percentage. So again, I think, when I talk about the Sabres here, you'll kind of feel like this is kind of a repeat here. The Sabres again, they've been playing pretty well on offense, averaging 3.67 goals, but on defense, struggling here as well. They allow 3.47 goals, 25 goals in just the last 5 games here alone. Comrie, he's been pretty terrible with a .885% save percentage, but it looks like here they got Craig Anderson instead. It looks like he might take over, in the net here as it moves forward if Comrie keeps on, being so bad. Craig Anderson, he is one of the oldest active players here, and he has a better save percentage at 9.22, but this should pretty much kind of be an offensive explosion here. I'll take the over 6.5 goals today, Tony.
All right, Minnie says go over 6.5 goals, Canucks and Sabres. Why not, right? When you look at Canucks, they're 30th ranked scoring defense in the NHL, giving up 4.1 goals a game. Of course, as you mentioned, Sabres giving up 3.5 goals per game. And they're scoring goals. It's one of those teams that scores and gives up a lot, as we've got Buffalo almost 4 goals a game, 6 in scoring.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much more to say about it. I mean, these two teams are good offensively and terrible defensively. So that should just lead to a ton of scoring. I would be, pretty surprised if not. I think, as for who's going to come out on, on top on the side, that's up for discussion here today. But yeah, I mean, I think this one should be pretty active in scoring here today.
Yeah, the Sabres struggling here, winning games, but Vancouver on the road just 2-11 last 13 road games. They've really struggled against the Atlantic, 1-8, and they're over 7-1 in their past 8 road games. Mindy here, Canucks and Sabres over 6.5. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony's Picks for now over on your side. Doing great work in the NHL, as we can see here. Of course, we do have a good card here from the NHL. Handful from the NBA. We got some action in action as well. What do you have going over at Tony'sPicks.com?
Yeah, so been pretty hot in the NHL, 12-9 here just this week. So you can go ahead and, pick up my NHL package today. I have 5 picks for you today on the ice, as well as a best bet on one of those there as well. You could also take a look at getting, my season-long package for the NHL if that's something that you're really interested in. Again, you get all of my NHL plays, and you also get any late steams on those with a little VIP perk extra to get anything, up to 2 hours before game time. You get that one emailed exclusively to you with a little bit of window before the rest of the folks can get on those plays. So again, a little bit of extra incentive for you to get out there and buy one of those longer term packages. Also, in on the NBA today, have 2 plays there as well. So you'll find a best bet. Or if you want to take a look at all my plays today, I do have them packaged together, in a 7-pack as well. So that may be something that you might want to look towards if you're ready for a lot of action here this evening, right along with me. So pretty excited for tonight. Should be, lots of action. You got those good, college basketball games, some nice NBA matchups, and of course, the Canucks and the Sabres on the ice tonight. I don't know if it's a must-watch, but again, I think it should be pretty eventful here today. So yeah, take a look at getting a longer-term package. Tony's been promoting the month-long. I think, again, that is going to be the best option for you to get every sport as we close down the college football season.
That's right. Again, we're with Mindy Hunt over at Tony's Picks. Lots going on with tonight. Mindy puts together a 7-pack from the NBA and NHL package together. Of course, that is profit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credited back in your account. That is profit guarantee. Also, if you're just looking for hoops, she does have a hoops package up there as well. So get on board with that one right now, as she's in play with that, with the best bet from the NBA, best bet from NHL as well on the board. Another 5-pack, or if you just want your action on the ice, she's put together a 5-pack. And of course, a lot's going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. A lot of the seasonal passes that their Mindy's put together: an NHL season pass, a college basketball season pass, NBA, and of course, as we talked about here, one of the better values right now, since we are here in the month of November, is getting that 1-month all sports pass here from Mindy. You'll get all of Mindy's premium plays here for the month. It's November. This is really where you want to go with, because we got all of the great college football. Right, this will take you to the very end of the regular season, leading up to the bowl games. And of course, we got these great rivalry matchups coming up. We have the conference championships coming up here in a couple of weeks. All the Thanksgiving Day games, those Thanksgiving Day, those Friday games, right? We got a lot of good action on Friday coming up here next week. So that's covered there. All the college basketball is covered for 30 days. Great tournaments coming up here. We already see some tonight. We've got some as well coming up next week, as they're in Hawaii in the Maui tournament. They're coming up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Of course, we got all those Thanksgiving tournaments. Feast week, they call it next week, right? Feast week is coming up. So lots coming up here, guys. NFL, college football, NHL as well. Don't forget the NHL. Mindy's doing great work in the NHL. So get on board with that 1-month pass. It's really a great value right now over at Tony's Picks. And we'll save you some money here when you use the promo code Tony T at checkout. That'll save you 20% off. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link in the description, then clicking the All Cappers tab. And when you do that, you'll land right here on Mindy's page, and you'll be able to get on board. And to scroll down, second from the bottom on her packages will be that 1-month all sports pass. So go ahead and get signed up with that. And don't forget that promo code Tony T at checkout will save you 20% off. Right, Mindy, I know we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony Speaks Mindy with a lot more content. And that great morning Steam show you guys put together, really good content. Covered the board here from NBA, NHL. You handpicked the games from college basketball and more.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impossible to get through, every college basketball game in the overnight, especially when we have, these other big cards with college football. We kind of have even shortened that down a little bit just so we can get some more college basketball in. But having a full NHL and NBA card every day, we have to kind of pick and choose a little bit. So we kind of do more of the the wow factor games, the games that we think are going to be a little bit closer, those on television, because those are the ones we know that you guys want to bet. So we're making sure that we cover those. We've been doing really well for the morning steam so far. I mean, we're well over 500. I think we're about 70% in college basketball. So really doing well there. So pretty excited about what we got going on at the morning steam. We're on the air every Saturday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Central, where again we go over everything. But a lot of it is we take a look at where these lines opened, where they've changed. We also get some insight from the folks in the chat room. Some of those, folks in there have updates on injuries and who's playing, who's not. So yeah, it's been really beneficial. And as you can see, a 7-0 day. I don't think we can complain too much about that. So me and Ramon, we're hitting on all cylinders. So we're ready to move forward and have a great week. You can also catch me on Twitter, Mindy or Tony's Picks Mindy, where I have another play on the ice for you today. So make sure you get everything that you like from Tony'sPicks.com and all of the handicappers.
That's right. Check out Mindy over at Tony's Picks and Mindy for more picks over on our Twitter account we set up for her, as well as that morning team show, which has turned into a great show. I love it. And I love the fact that it's actually a team. It's not just a play on words. You actually take the input from a lot of the regulars out there. Some of this X-Crush, Butterscotch, Latifah. I'm starting to get the names because I see them a lot up there. Matt, a lot of great contributions for the people in the chat room, and it is a team because you can feel the team effort amongst everybody putting in their picks. They kind of stay on topic, they stay on the games, and they chime in with their opinion, which is always welcome. In the friendly, with the good manners that you and Ramon have, and patience sometimes. There'll also be some hecklers in there, and that's just the way it rolls, right? But for the most part, they're well behaved in that chat room, and it seems to be everybody really getting together and really pulling for each other and really trying to get winners for one another.
Well, yeah, and if you take a look at all the folks in the chat, they're really successful. I mean, even when, say, me and Ramon have a little bit of a down day, they'll come in and say, "Hey, I was 8-3 yesterday, 9-2." So, they're really taking the information. They have a card of what they're looking for. They come in to get this information, and then I think it solidifies whether or not they want to take that play. So it's been a lot of fun, and we're excited to keep it going.
Yeah, it's like a group study there. It's turned into, which is really good, and it's a really great scene here in this industry. How you guys have put together and formed the community there amongst the show, and it's really positive results here. You can see here. So I welcome everyone to join that group discussion and their show there. It's at the morning steam Saturday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Right, Mindy? It's always great having you show. Keep up their great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, ready for another winning day tonight. We're keeping this streak alive. Thanks, Tony.
You got it, Ramon. And we'll come up next, Mindy on here on Game Day Picks. All right, guys, let's continue on here with the show. We're with you here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us, so you get the plays and picks in real time, and you get the best numbers as possible here as these games go off today. So you want to make sure you're on with us here. Let's continue on here on the show. Time to welcome in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com, part of that morning's team, and he's been on fire here across the leaderboards as well. Ramon, what's happening?
Tony, listening to you talk about, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, listening to you talk about the members of the chat, I mean, I'm blushing, man. You're watching the show. You're part of Team's team too, so it just makes me feel good, man. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. That really makes me feel good, man.
Oh yeah, it's just great to watch and great to see the interaction with everybody there in the chat room. It is indeed it's not a play on word. It's actually is Team's team. If you guys, I welcome you to go and join that show and join that show's discussion, because it feels like a study group there. Everyone's mind working together, trying to find winners. It's been very positive to see and very great. And we'll look now here at hockey here tonight. We got another -110 on both sides here. Some competitive lines tonight on the ice. Penguins here hosting the Maple Leafs, -110 both sides, total 6.5.
Yeah, that's what we want, really, right? Win or lose, I think we want to be able to put our, I know handicapping is part of measuring, favorites and underdogs, but yeah, let's get some pick'em affairs, right? We can solve those, but I think I might be on the sharp side more than the public side here in this one, with Toronto taking on Pittsburgh tonight. The Maple Leafs, they're the better team record-wise right now with an 8-5 record. And Pittsburgh, of course, had that 7-game losing streak before they just kind of turned it around with a 2-0-1 road trip. But they still are 2-6-2 over their last 10 games. So not sold on Pittsburgh just quite coming around yet, even though they did beat Toronto just 4 nights ago in Toronto, 4-2. So give Pittsburgh credit in that one. They limited the Leafs to just 4 shots on goal in the third period. So what I'm looking for is a little bit of redemption with these two teams. I mean, Toronto should be the better team. Right now, the record-wise, they're better. Maybe they have the better or recognize it's a better offense. Toronto did shake up their lines a little bit, which is big news for them because anytime you're talking about Austin Matthews, they took Marner off that Matthews line. So they're mixing it up a little bit, maybe to try to find just a little bit more or change things up just a bit. Toronto did respond with a 3-2 win over Vancouver on Saturday. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh came off the victory over Toronto and ended up losing in Montreal 5-4 in overtime. So, Toronto was at home in their win, but now they're coming on the road. Penguins, Casey DeSmith will be in there tonight for the Penguinos. Tony, turns out Yari's been kind of banged up. Now it'll be DeSmith's third start in the last 4 games, and Tristan Yari having a little bit of an injury. And speaking of which, for Toronto tonight, certainly part of my angle and handicap here, Matt Murray going to be in goal for Toronto, the former Penguin, 2-time Stanley Cup champion in the pipes back 5 or 6 years ago now for those 2 title runs. So Murray, the former Penguin, gets the start tonight in net, just his second start of the season. He's been injured most of the season. So I also like that Toronto number 6 power play in there against the penalty kill, bottom 8 or so for Pittsburgh. So I think Nylander, he scored in the game against Vancouver. Matthews, Tony, for all we think about Austin Matthews, this is probably his worst matchup with Pittsburgh, with just 4 goals and 4 assists in 14 games against the Penguins. So I don't want to say it's a bit of an anomaly. I don't think it's that Pittsburgh's played him tougher. It might be just a bit of a coincidence because Matthews scores against everybody, but maybe he needs to start taking a few more shots. His shots are down right now, and I think he knows, and that's why you've seen a little bit of shake-up there on the line. So maybe it's going to be low scoring tonight. That's the way Mindy and I looked at this game. So I've got Toronto eking this one out maybe in a 3-2 range here against the Penguins tonight. This is a pretty good game. Yeah.
Yep, we got a competitive one here. We got Ramon here on the Maple Leafs laying the -110 against this struggling Penguins outfit that has lost, 8 of their past 10. It's been a big struggle for this Penguins team. It started when they went on that trip to Western Canada.
Yep, but they did bounce back, and I picked up some points in the last 3 games. But yeah, you look at the longer term, if you will. I'm just thinking the Penguins maybe have not necessarily turned the corner yet. They are at home. The win was at Toronto, so I certainly like a team with a winning record like Toronto. Coming back knowing that, they'd like to get these points back that they just gave away to the Penguins on their home ice. So there is motivation tonight for the Maple Leafs. I think there's motivation for Matt Murray as well. It's not been all rosy for Murray. I mean, not necessarily even talking about the injury, but Murray, he went to Ottawa, didn't work out. He actually was sent. He actually spent time down on the next level, getting back a little bit, getting healthy, but also maybe refining his game a little bit. Not anymore, really, but again, he'll have motivation tonight facing the Penguins in Pittsburgh. I think everyone remembers how good he was for the Penguins during those 2 Stanley Cup runs, and he was in the pipes for the Penguins. And I think the key for the Penguins will be to limit Malkin. I think will be one of the keys there as well. So we'll see. And I like the line shakeup. Marner and Matthews. They've been hooked up, but right now they're definitely moving things around a bit on those Toronto lines, trying to find some solutions. We say we take it for granted. We say the Maple Leaf offense is one of the better offenses. Right now they're kind of mired in the bottom half of the league offensively, but certainly nothing to indicate that they won't kind of return to a little bit of more form offensively when they get a little bit more on track, I guess, here. So we'll see. They're still 8-5. I like them here against the Pens.
Yep, and they Toronto limits the shots, third in the shots allowed here for Toronto. They're Ramon has here minus 110 against the Penguins. This one here to start here at 7 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. Fantastic results here. Top of leaderboards, 2,809 units of profit last 30 days. It is all documented over at Tony's Picks. So if you go to Ramon's handicapper page, you can verify all those numbers. As you go up there, you'll see the leaderboards. But if you scroll to the bottom of the page, that's where we track all the picks. The picks are tracked here. The third-party service, we pay. It's quite expensive to pay for this, but we do it. We've got you can see all the results here. You can go ever since Ramon has picked the plays. They're here, and you can even test our system because once these games go final, they're graded right away, and they're graded quickly. So you can even I challenge you to test these our way our system operates here. You'll be impressed by it. Impressed by Ramon's record as well. Look at how he's winning here on a lot of these sports. Again, I said this is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. You'll verify that by checking the numbers. Of course, 2,809 units of profit. All right, Ramon, we've got, some action up there. We've got college basketball. Fantastic card. We're right into the holiday. It's getting close to the holidays, and we've got some great matchups here from college basketball. We've got NHL, NBA on the board. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Well, right now up on the site, Tony, got something for you with a 3-pack, a multi-sport 3-pack where I've got a action game, I've got one game on the NBA floor, and I've got one game in college basketball for a 3-pack there. You see it, multi-sport 3-pack for $30. Also a 3-pack on the ice tonight. Doing pretty well right now in the NHL. So also I got the $15 best bet there on one of the action games. So hook up with me there. College football, you saw the numbers up there doing pretty okay there too, Tony. So I've got 3 packages loaded tonight up there, locked and loaded, if you will, for tonight's action. And maybe I want to come in with a big call. I want to really fire on college basketball, Tony. Don't want to, shoot ourselves in the foot right now. I feel good about the basketball card, but man, there's just so many spots. You want to be right, and I'm just a day or two away from really firing. Just want to, if we can keep together a little streak here, like we are. I know it's kind of humbling about it, if you will, because the run is pretty sharp, but. Really like some of the college basketball, the numbers coming in, and you're going to see more from me in college basketball. I'm already off to a pretty good start there. There's a lot of spots. You just don't want to be wrong. So I'm going to go with right now these 7 plays tonight. Still looking. Man, there's a lot of action tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's just roll with these for now. 3-pack on the ice, two sport 3-pack. For $30 as well. And that, by the way, I think it's actually 6 games, Tony. That action game there that you see is actually part of the 3-pack. So I got 6 games right now, and that might be what we end up with.
All right, guys, get over if you want Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the numbers, you see the impressive streak he's been on here. These are you can also tab here and hit the different time periods, but we look over for 2022. Top performer here, over 3,400 units of profit in NHL, 2,400 units of profit in NBA, showing 1,100 units of profit in college football, 800 units of profit in NFL. Even the NBA Summer League hit hard with 705 units of profit. MMA, CFL, he's been on winning in 2022 has been fantastic. So again, on board with Ramon tonight. He's got the 3-pack on the ice, as he mentioned. Also, a multi-pack, a 3-pack up there here, as well as he gives you a play here from the college football, as well as basketball up there with that multi-sport 3-pack. He does have his best bet coming from action tonight, so check it out as well. And of course, the long-term pass, Ramon offers various seasonal passes up there from each season. Also offers a 1-year all sports pass to get all of Ramon's plays for a year. That's a really good value there, probably your best value if you're shopping for a seasonal passes, to get the 1 year, get all the seasons here for a year. Or if you want to try them out here for a month, you can do that here as we go above here with that 1 month All Sports Pass. It's November, great time to get the 1 month pass. Get all of Ramon's premium plays here for a month. You'll get all the NFL, right? We're getting right into the Thanksgiving here next weekend. All the college football, that'll take you through the end of the regular season with these big rivalry games coming up the next 2 weeks, as well as those conference championship games, which are outstanding. So you want to get on board there with that 1 month pass. College basketball, we got the holiday tournaments feast week coming up next week from college basketball. A lot of big non-conference games coming up here in early December and mid-November. So that's also part of it, as well as any plays Ramon has from MMA. He's in action with MMA. And of course, got to mention the World Cup. It starts Saturday. And again, the way the tournament sets up here, we get into the knockout stages sometime in early December, and that's kind of a slow period in college football, right? We got all the big cards are done, and then we've got pretty much the college basketball. But again, we find some light schedules there around in college basketball during the midweek with the finals, and that part will be taken up by the World Cup. So it's covered. So it's not so bad after all, right? It's not so bad after all when you kind of look at the way the schedules forms up. We got that little lull in finals there as we get ready for bowl week and we finish college football regular season. Of course, we're gonna have all the NBA and NHL going wire to wire, but they'll be able to fit in the World Cup at a perfect time there. So that 1 month pass is the way to go. Use the promo code here, Tony T, at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. That 20% will take $66 off that 1 month All Sports Pass. It will also take $240 off the 1 year All Sports Pass. So if it's within your budget, you can do the 1 year as well. So, but you want to try them out here for the month of November, early December, get that 1 month pass. It's a fantastic value. And again, we told you how Ramon has just been knocking it out of the ballpark. Again, we're going to show you the results. They've been fantastic here with Ramon here over at Tony'sPicks.com here. That's when we started everyone together, right? In about January, we're almost cycling here a year of doing this, and you can see here as we track here from 2022, you can see all the results that they're up here. I mean, the numbers are just amazing here from Ramon. So guys, go ahead and get signed up to one of those passes and get signed up to Ramon's 1 month All Sports Pass. Ramon, we also put together for you a Twitter account with Tony's Picks Ramon, more picks there, and of course that morning Steam show with you and Mindy.
Tony, thanks for talking about those numbers, and just happy to be part of Tony'sPicks.com. I got a pick for you today, free, because of your commitment to us here at Tony's Picks. Log on to Tony's Picks Ramon, get more free picks with all the handicappers. I've got another pick for you tonight on the ice, just like my partner on the team, Mindy Hahn. You know, Tony, combined with, you talk about the morning steam, you know, if you combine my record yesterday of 8-3-1 and the morning steam record of 7-0, that's 15-3-1. So I don't know what else I can do, but I can tell you this, Tony, you could buy those two packages and roll with me and make a bunch of money, but you might be better off also throwing in Mindy and Tony, because Tony, the three losses I had, it was unbeknownst to me. I didn't purposely fade you and Mindy, but the three losses I had went exactly against three of your guys' premium plays. My three losses were 3 wins for you guys. So that kind of chuckled at that, because if I just listened to my co-partners, my co-workers here at Tony's Picks, I could have went undefeated and probably went 18-0, but no, I had to pick these games that I went against you, brother. So, oh well, that happens when you're doing this, you know, without communicating. You know, we're just all making picks as we see it, and that's always going to happen. Happens with us on Team Steam. You know, Mindy and I were just clicking with the picks. She picks the schedule, handicaps the game, gives a little synopsis. I come in with a few observation and notes and statistics. If I agree or disagree, that ends up being a consensus pick, and boom, we went 7-0 yesterday to have a pretty good day. So, you know, I just got to listen to Mindy and Tony a little more, and I could be even better than that. So, and yeah, looking forward. You know, Tony, the time the show comes on, when the World Cup starts next Sunday morning, our time, I think it ends up being, but we'll be on the air every day for one of the featured matchups. Each day we'll be on the air doing morning steam, and there'll be one of the big games going on in the World Cup, including that opener between Qatar and Ecuador. And didn't know if you caught my little preview there of the Qatar-Ecuador game, Tony, where I said that, Qatar was taking money for the opener, but in all reality, it was Ecuador that was taking the money possibly from Qatar as they get ready for that opener. Don't be surprised if there's a shocker. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Qatar's actually put a lot of money into their soccer program to make sure that they had a quality team as they were going to host, and they've, ramped up their training and everything. And Ecuador's a fine club, but watch out. Maybe Qatar's going to find a way to win that opener over Ecuador.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there, and probably some trades. And I don't mean trading players. I mean trading currency for goods. So anyway, check out Ramon Scott over at Tony Sick Ramon. And of course, check out the Morning Steam Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. each time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're live with us, so you get those best numbers. And also like to give a shout out to some of our folks there on the YouTube channel as well that are listening to us here as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think I had one up here right now. I think we've got them coming in here. Latifa is joining us today. She's one of your regulars there on the Morning Steam, right?
Oh, man, it's just amazing. The way you talked about it is really what made me kind of blush, and that you're watching this show. It just makes me feel like, wow, you're the real deal, Tony, no doubt about it. So serious and dedicated to this profession and your website and everything, and that's why I get all fired up to be here on the show and doing this with you guys right now. And when I win, it makes me feel like we're carrying it as a team. That's why when we said, Team Steam goes 3-0, Mindy and I weren't taking all credit for going 7-0 because, sometimes I'm hemming and hawing there with my notes and try to make a pick on every game. And I'm sure you feel the same way, doing every single game every night where, your numbers or your handicap really might fall right in line with what could happen in that game. You're just looking for the right statistic. I like to call it the human algorithm, which team is going to be off on a particular day. And sometimes it just, the chat says one thing, and I said I'm kind of leaning that way. I'm going to go with the chat. It's just a free play. I say it's just a free play. You want to win them all, but if you can get everybody involved and they feel like they've participated, we try to. One of the neat features too that I mentioned to Mindy is that when we chop up those videos, because we take all the videos of the show and make them individual videos, so when people are searching for a preview of the game, they can type into Google or into the YouTube search, like you mentioned, they can just type in the teams and the words Morning Steam or even just Tony's Picks and get the preview of the game directly from our crew here, whether it be you, me, Mindy, Ben, Brandon, whoever, and they'll get that preview. But with the Morning Steam show, we're actually able to put in the chat comments from everyone, so they kind of, get their moment to shine too, because when someone goes to look at their video, we talk about the game, and as we're talking about the game, we flash the comments from the people in our chat. So they're kind of put in the spotlight on those videos just as much as Mindy and I doing the talking.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Appreciate all the contributions for all the great folks in the community like Latifa, Butterscotch, and a lot more as well. I know there's Crush, right, with the Crush Diamonds. Crush Diamonds. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's really about 24 that I really think over. Look, one day I hope that's too many for me to call all the shout outs, but I try to say everyone's name in there because I know. When I was getting back involved in kind of this, this type of handicapping, I've been doing this for over 30 years, back to the days of the score phones and the screaming touts and the newsletters and all that. But with this new I call it new technology, but the YouTube handicapping has really only caught on over the last 5+ years, and it's still growing, right, with websites like yours and these multi-capper sites. But what really makes it kind of stand out for me is that those people who are participating with us become part of, like you said, part of the community that we're developing. I didn't know it was going to go that way when you suggested this. That's just how it evolved. And, I went said, hey, I want to get Mindy here. And the chemistry's good, and the chat is good. So it's working. It's a real interesting time for me personally.
Yep, it's going to look great work with Mindy and Ramon. Check them out on the morning steam. It is Saturdays through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Ramon, it's always great having a show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, got to get it.
You got it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with your Game Day Picks here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you guys are live with us. So you get the plays in real time and, of course, get the best numbers here on the show. Let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. So now it's time for my picks. Shout out to Latifo in the comments. My esteemed team. That's right. Great work there from everybody involved. Let's continue on here. Now it's time for my play. Let's get my game up here. Right now, we're going to look at this Pelicans and Grizzlies game tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. We got the Pelicans 3.5, total 229. I'm going to be looking at the total here. I'm going to go under 229 in this one between these two teams. And we know that there's been some issues here with Williamson. We'll see if Zion is going to, if we have any latest news here on Zion, because he was listed there as questionable in this game. And we wanted to give you a little bit of talk about this one a bit. Williams and Green will be out from Memphis. Bain is doubtful. Actually, Bain is not, looked like he's not going to be playing here. Boy, there was some bad news come across here. Bain's going to miss about 2 to 3 weeks with that toe injury. So he's out for this game. So that's a impact in their scoring, because Bain does put up points. We know that. And let's make sure if we can get an update here. Williamson's still on the doubtful side. As we know, Green, Williams, and Bain now is out. Jaren Jackson is going to make his debut here for the Pelicans. For the Grizzlies. Again, I don't know how much impact he'll have. He's been out for a while, but he will be playing tonight. That is the word coming in right now. So that's something to keep an eye on. But we're going to look here at this game going under. Grizzlies are under in 6 of 8. They sit fourth in defensive efficiency over that 8-game stretch, giving up just under 107 points per 100 possessions. As a matter of fact, the Pelicans have been playing some defense. They're 6th in defensive efficiency over this 8-game period, allowing just 108 points per 100 possessions. So we'll go under 229 here between the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. Guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com right now. What I do have, I have a 3-pack from the NBA. Also have a best bet from Action. So 4 premium plays up there right now. So get on board with me. Of course, don't forget about that promo code. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off our packages here. So you can access my page right now by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, then you'll land here on my profile page. And here, that's where you'll be able to see my records. You can actually see my premium plays up here. I've got my 3-pack and my best bets, and they are different. My best bet is from Action. My 3-pack here is from the NBA. And then you can scroll down and you'll find that I do have the longer term pass. We always talk about that 1-month pass. That's your best value right now. You get that 1-month pass, get all of my premium plays for a month when you get signed up. And of course, if you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, you will save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and get signed up, and you'll land right here on my handicapper page and get signed up there to one of my long-term passes. Or if you want to try me out here, you can get on board here with the best bet or both, or even the 3-pack. So let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. It is now time here to do the recap. Let's put up the games from today's show. Let's get the recap up for you right now. We had Mindy on the Canucks Sabres. She liked over 6.5 goals. Ramon was on the Maple Leafs -110 against the Penguins, and I'm on the Grizzlies Pelicans under 229. All right, that'll do it for this edition here of Game Day Picks, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 3 o'clock each time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in here from Tony's Picks, and they'll give out their live picks for the games for that day. That would be tomorrow, Wednesday. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, set notifications. We want you guys live with us to get the picks. And share your comments here in the chat room, as we appreciate everyone's comments today from Latifa. We also had and more that came in today. We had Dominic Easterling in there, as well as Uchowadu as well. So we have a lot of people contributing today on the show. All right, that's going to do it for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today's show. We're going to go ahead and wake up. You guys have a great afternoon. We'll talk with you again tomorrow here on Game Day Picks.